let's keep in mind, she has been a public figure for 23 years.
Yeah.
Her polls have been going up and down and up and down. It's a roller coaster for 23 years. I think that what she has done over the last few weeks on immigration, on voting rights, on criminal defense and criminal justice system, I think are very, very important statements. She's put her Republican opponents on the defensive. She's running a general election campaign already. But I do think that the issue of sort of disclosure, of full disclosure, is a key vulnerability. She has got to, and her got to just put everything out. I mean, more disclosure than any other candidate. Because
does he have to stop the paid speeches?
I would say he has to stop the paid speeches.
To me, this is.
But there's no evidence of anything going on. Hillary told me so. Hank Sheinkopf, president of Sheinkopf Communications, Democratic political consultant, Newsmax contributor, and the list goes on and on. I just don't have time. Good to see you, my friend.
How do you do?
I do good. So is Robert Reich correct that Hillary will have to have more full disclosure than any other candidate, and it will be a problem for her?
Oh, yes, he's entirely correct. You don't have to be an economist to understand that one.
Yes.
She's got real problems on the disclosure side. Look, if you look at the polling data, it's pretty clear. As the email crisis, or whatever it's called, has become more prominent, her numbers have tended to decline in the Trust Department. That's kind of important when you elect a president.
Absolutely. Also, he mentioned that Bill should stop the paid speeches. You agree with that?
Absolutely. And the problem, too, will be the foundation. Wait till the negative ads start on that one alone. Taking money to put in uranium to go from one country to another, blah, blah, blah. It's not going to be good.
From an African church that demonizes homosexuals as devils?
On. It's not going to be good.
Yeah.
Not going to be good.
All right. Now, but yet, she's still, the Wisconsin straw poll results out today or yesterday, and Bernie Sanders, 49 to 41, Hillary. I mean, I know it's Wisconsin, I know it's a straw poll, but 41% is pretty good, no?
It's very reminiscent of Eugene McCarthy.
Yes, almost the exact same numbers.
It is quite interesting to watch. She's running to the center of the party. Sanders is running to the left of the party. If you look at the Republican Party, Bush is kind of in the same place, and everybody's running to the right. You know, they're populists, but Clinton and Bush are stuck in the same place, in the center of their individual parties. Does that work? Time will tell.
Well, I mean, of course, Bush, hasn't officially announced yet he will run, of course. But so when they make the excuses for Sanders that we didn't do the story on Sanders' rape fantasy because he's not a legitimate candidate.
Well, they did it last week. The problem is everything they've written so far, it's dumped up research, doesn't work. The people in the Democratic Party want somebody on the left. Now, who participates in primaries? Who participates in these? The activists, right, on both the Republican and Democrat side. And what are they doing? They tend to be much more ideological.
Yeah, all right. All right, now, I want you to play this, but let's skip ahead to 73 here. I want you to listen to Chris Christie, interviewed yesterday on Face the Nation. He made will he run or won't he run? And here's what he said.
It's a linear evolutionary decision-making process. So I go through all the different factors that I need to consider, and when I'm done, I check that off and I move to the next factor. And the factor I'm down to now, John, is do I want to do it? Do I want to do it? In my heart, is this something that I really absolutely want to do? And if I check that box, then you'll hear me say I'm going to announce for president, and if I don't, you'll hear me say I won't.
All right, now, silly me, he says he's going to make this announcement by the end of the month, so that's within within 2 to 3 weeks, and he doesn't know yet, after years of speculation, after deciding not to do it last time around, he doesn't know yet, 2 weeks out, if it's in his heart.
I don't know what he was talking about.
Linear.
It was definitely a language from a planet called Zartron or some other place far off the galaxies where people talk in gibberish and then come back with cliches.
let's say
checking the box is a complete cliche,
But let's say, forget the linear process, blah blah blah. So what he's having us believe is, okay, is my family on board? Check. Will I get the money fundraising? Check. But
do I have new suitcases?
Right. But I don't know if it's in my heart. If you don't know 2 weeks before you do to announce, if he's telling the truth that he doesn't know if he feels it yet after all these years.
Either that or he's having a Christian conversion. He's going to wake up as a new evangelical. It came to me in the middle of the night.
Serious. So do you think he's not telling the truth about he doesn't know yet if it's in his heart? And if he doesn't know if it's in his heart yet, then he shouldn't run.
No, but the real issue is, let's go back and look at the important fact. Who cares?
You don't think he has a shot? I don't either.
I think he should save his money and buy 3 houses in New Jersey and rent them out.
Out by the shore.
Down by the shore and make money, because He's going to be a lot of things, but President of the United States is not one of them.
Well, I couldn't agree with you more. Unfortunately, that means he stays as my governor, which I am not that crazy
but he'll be
about.
gone. He'll be gone soon.
All right, U.S. Treasury Secretary Jack Lew spoke before a Jewish group. And this is very interesting. I want you to watch the reaction to him as he was talking. This was the Jerusalem conference sponsored by the Jerusalem Post in New York.
Right.
And they booed him. Watch.
Following months of hard bargaining and tough negotiations, we struck an interim understanding with Iran in November 2013. In accordance with that arrangement, Tehran froze and rolled back parts of its nuclear program while we continue to negotiate on a longer-term deal. At that time, some denounced the interim understanding known as the Joint Plan of Action. Some said Iran would cheat, that our sanctions would fall apart, and that this program would allow Iran to move closer to acquiring a nuclear weapon.
All right, they heckled him to the point where the moderator or someone had said, could you please show some respect? This is disrespectful. He's an Orthodox Jew. He's toting the Obama party line. I said, booed. He got heckled. I mean, throughout the speech, he got heckled.
Absolutely.
Justifiable?
Well, listen, nobody believes this nonsense. You know, here's a very simple point of international politics. If someone tells you they're going to kill you, please pay attention. Hitler said he's going to kill you. He said, nah, he doesn't mean it. We'll have lunch. This one, they don't mean it. We'll have lunch. They're going to kill you. Stop them.
But Obama was a great admirer of Israel when he was a young man. Did you hear him say that?
Listen, this is all nonsense. The reality is the Israelis are closer to being in that gun sight. But the real people who are the most worried are the Saudis.
Yeah, absolutely. Great to see you.
It's a pleasure.
Doctor?
Don't call me Jack Lew.
I called you doctor.
Don't call me Jack
And
Lew.
don't call me late for dinner. The
don't hound
Malzberg
me.
panel is next. Don't go away.